Hey guys, we have some more energy coming at us today that is trying to help us move forward in some type of a way. We have the moon going to be leaving Aquarius today, coming into early Pisces, therefore making a conjunction to Jupiter and squaring the north and the south node. Like I said, helping us to kind of make a transition, start moving forward in one way or another. We also have Venus retrograde today, you guys, coming to 21 degrees of Capricorn. That is an exact square to the Eris point. And if you've been following my work, you know the Eris point is a very volatile point in the sky that has a tendency of pushing us to want to break ourselves free from something. So liberating our heart, another energetic undertone or maybe more prominent feature of the energetics going on today. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Wednesday, January 5th, 2021. My name is Aubrey and this is your astrological outlook of the day. Now, there is a lot going on energetically today. There is quite a story coming down to us from the Sabian symbols, which I will talk about as well. But overall, definitely the underlying themes energetically today, liberating our heart and learning from the past, and then using this wisdom gained through some type of experience or past knowledge handed down to actually benefit us now in this moment and moving forward. So let's get into it. Let's talk about everything that we have going on today. Like I said, a lot energetically, wisdom or memories from the past possibly coming back to support us now as things that have been hidden are being exposed. And this is an energy that we've been working with throughout this year. But now that we have Jupiter and also Neptune together in Pisces, we can expect over the past few months to see some big revelations in one way or another, and likely pertaining to things from the past as well. So yeah, things that have been hidden are being exposed to us and revealed to us, and this process propels us forward in a radically new direction aligned with faith, trust, truth, and authenticity. We are recreating ourselves energetically today, right now, this cycle and this year, moving into 2022, which, you know, we are in now according to the Gregorian calendar, but our true astrological lunar new year does not begin until April. And we are just in this period of recreating ourselves, like I said, energetically and vibrationally, and transitioning into a totally new way of being, really, a collective evolution based in consciousness. And it's also, like I just said, a mental shift as we move into this air paradigm ruled by and ruling the mind and the mental faculties. Our thoughts are going to be creating and playing a significantly stronger role in our conscious experience as we move through this energy and truly step into the Aquarian paradigm, the shift of the ages, which is upon us. We have more nodal activity going on today. We have the moon, like I said, will be moving out of Aquarius and into the early degrees of Pisces. We have Jupiter currently at 2 degrees of Pisces. We have the north and the south node currently at 1 degree of Gemini and Sagittarius. That is going to be putting a moon in a conjunction to Jupiter in Pisces, simultaneously both of them into a square with the north and the south node. This is more truth will set you free energy that we have going on, and it is aligned with faith and hope and trust. These are some of the main qualities and characteristics ruled by Jupiter, with the moon coming into the alignment with Jupiter today. Even though there may be some conflict or tension that we experience, and this may be particularly in regards to relationships or partnerships or affiliations with other people or like authority figure dynamics, but generally today we should be feeling pretty optimistic, pretty hopeful, pretty inspired, and it should be a more uplifting day on an internal emotional level, despite any difficulties that we may be encountering in these areas, like I said, of relationships, partnerships, things like that, because we do have that some of that going on today too with Venus square the Eris point, which I will get to in a little bit. But ultimately, this moon Jupiter alignment in the square to the nodes, this is more of that truth will set you free energy, and it's interesting how it's sort of all fitting together. Now I want to start talking about some of the symbolism that's in effect in association with this aspect, because it really gives us just like a whole nother layer of clarity in terms of understanding what's really playing out here here and what this energy is pushing for. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. For those of you who are coming back with me, tuning in once again, thank you guys so much. I love you. I love your presence, and I really appreciate you being here. But the Sabian symbols, what they are a group of symbols that describe each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac. Whenever we have a planet at a specific point making an aspect, discharging a degree, we can look to the Sabian symbol, and it just gives us more information about what that aspect is actually doing in the context of this grand unfolding astrological story, saga, drama that is constantly and perpetually carrying us through time and space. So that's what the Sabian symbols are, and I always read the Sabian symbols because I enjoy to have that additional layer of meaning and clarity that I can apply as an overlay to the aspects, and I feel like it just helps us get a better translation of the story on any given day as we move through this never-ending astrological drama. So that is my disclaimer on the Sabian symbols. Now I'm going to start talking about them in the context of this aspect that we have going on today between the moon and the conjunction to Jupiter in square to the nodes, and also the planets that are associated with the signs of the north and the south nodes right now, and their degrees that they're at as well, because they kind of all fit together. So, and then that, it just boils down into this theme of this wisdom gained through experience being applicable in these times. So let's get into it. Number one, we have the degree of the North Node currently, 1 degree of Gemini. That Sabian symbol is a glass bottom boat, reveals undersea wonders. So already this is talking about, the trajectory going forward is about revealing things that have been hidden under the sea. And in the context of where we are at in this story, transitioning out of the age of Pisces, which would be a paradigm ruled by Neptune, who's the ruler of the sea. This to me is talking about a revelation that is on the brink of happening, or that we're stepping into now, pertaining to things of this past paradigm from which we are transcending out of at this moment. So quite a powerful degree in the context of this story. The degree of the South Node right now is 1 degree of Sagittarius. That Sabian symbol is retired Army veterans gather to reawaken old memories. And again, this is talking about igniting or remembering, or attention being placed on things that have gone on in the past, remembering what's been lost in time, old secrets being revealed is sort of the general sense that I'm getting from this specific polarity of the North and the South Node right now, the past and the future, destiny and karma, what we need to let go of and move on from so that we can continue to evolve and to grow and move forward, remembering what's been lost in time and old secrets of the past being revealed. That's what these symbols are saying to me. Now let's move on and talk about the position of Mercury today, who is the ruler of Gemini, where the North Node is. And whenever there is a planet in a sign, it's important to pay attention to what the ruler of that sign is doing, because they're really working together. And the degree where Mercury is today at 5 degrees of Aquarius, this Sabian symbol is a council of ancestors is seen implementing the efforts of a young leader. So again, this is the council of ancestors, the old wisdom returning so that it can be applied now in order to have a positive outcome in whatever we are experiencing or whatever we are trying to pursue or to participate in at this point in time. So I find that degree to be interesting as well. The council of ancestors seen implementing the efforts of a young leader. And then we have Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, who is also where the South Node is, who is also in this square with the North and the South Node today at this point in time, and the moon as well. That degree is a squirrel hiding from hunters. So there may be general unease, or there may be just this feeling of being threatened in this process in some type of a way, in this revelation process, or this reconnection to ancient truths and the application of them to a situation now. There may be some type of just general unease, or perceived threat or something like that we're feeling at this point in time in association with this as well. But we also have Mars in the sign of Sagittarius right now, the sign that is hosting for this last little bit of time the south node as well. And Mars is at 17 degrees of Sagittarius, an Easter sunrise service. This is talking about rebirth and resurrection and awakening. And we also, and that kind of fits right into this energy as well of bringing something back from the past that we can use now to benefit us, and the wisdom from these experiences being gained and used to give us an awakening to help move ourselves forward. And then we have the position of the earth today as well, you guys, 16 degrees of Cancer, where the earth is today. That Sabian symbol is a man studying a mandala in front of him with the help of a very ancient book. So that's describing the position of the earth and what's, the state of things sort of on the ground here today. And even that is talking about, man being in a position of sort of studying something complex and intricate with the help of an ancient book. More wisdom from the past helping us out now, helping us to decipher and maneuver and create and deal with what we are facing and having to deal with now. So, all of these symbols. And then actually the position of the black moon too, that's the other planet that is in Gemini with the north node right now, is the black moon. And the black moon is at 19 degrees of Gemini in a museum. A large archaic volume reveals traditional wisdom. So even, in terms of our subconscious experience at this point in time, and, in association with the north node by sign placement, the black moon is also speaking about this ancient wisdom, traditional wisdom that is held and that is able to be experienced and expressed and utilized now. So, overall today, there's just this huge emphasis on acting on or benefiting from some type of wisdom gained through experience or some type of ancient knowledge or history surfacing now that takes us in a radically new direction and really just reveals things for us. And of course, because we're talking about the north and the south node for this specific aspect, and Jupiter and the moon making the square, this is definitely trying to break us through in a really big way into a new fresh course going forward based on these revelations that we are learning. And as a result of what we're learning, an ability to shift our own mental paradigm and let go of a lot of the beliefs and the dogmas that we've been holding on from the past that just no longer are benefiting us in this more mental paradigm that we're moving into now, where we really need to have a strong handle on our subconscious mind and our own personal mental programming, and make sure that it's working for us and not against us, and that we are acknowledging the power of our thoughts in the process of coming into our self-mastery, moving forward into a reality where we are really truly propelling our own success based on our internal resources that we have cultivated, developed, and brought to a point where we can bring out to serve the greater whole, the greater good, and therefore receive back what we need to experience fulfillment and abundance and safety and security in the structures in our lives as well. So all of that is, what this is pushing towards, what this is leading towards. But right now, today in this process, there is just this very faded energy. It's faded too. It's not just, when the north node is involved, we're talking about an aspect of destiny playing out in some type of a way. And, that's a part of this. And it's also driven by a really huge spiritual component as well, with Jupiter now being in Pisces. And this really profound spiritual infusion of hope and optimism and faith that is driving a lot of these changes and these breakthroughs into this new path, this new direction that is happening right now as well. So that's what we have going on in terms of the moon conjoining Jupiter in the square to the nodes today, and sort of that side of the story, because that is one side of the story. That is the learning from the past and using those things now as we create and build our new foundation for our future, which is radically different than, it's looked in the past or up until this point. But we do have part 2 of the story today, and that is this Venus retrograde in the square to the Eris point going on. And Venus at 21, the Eris point is 21 degrees of Aries, and Venus today being at 21 degrees of Capricorn and retrograde is definitely forming this exact square and activating the Eris point energy. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Eris point energy, what this really represents is like the ultimate in the break the chains energy, freedom for the sake of freedom, truth for the sake of truth, integrity for the sake of integrity, authenticity for the sake of authenticity. Eris throws the apple of discord. She's not really too concerned with whose feelings get hurt about it. What's most important is that everybody sees the truth of what's going on in that moment. And so that is really a lot of times what we're dealing with when this Eris point energy is in effect. It can cause us to sort of just want to like break the chains of anything that we feel like is binding us out of our truth and authenticity and integrity and what is like right. But we don't really necessarily have that much regard for the waves that it makes in the process of doing that. The Sabian symbol for 21 degrees of Aries, where the Eris point is a boxer entering the ring. And so, that says a lot about the dynamic of the energetic as well. And when we have Venus retrograde right now, remember Venus is retrograde, so we're already in this process, this internalized process of reevaluating what we value, what we prioritize, what we desire, what we love, the type of relationship dynamics that we want to participate in, like the material things that we want in our lives, like what our true viewpoint on abundance and wealth and like have fulfillment, like what that really is to us at this point in time. It's really a grand purification of our values and our value systems and what we value, what we hold valuable, and also the self-love and the internal value and the self-worth that we hold inside and the power that that represents to help us break the chains from things that we have been bound to out of a sense of lack or not feeling like we had the love or the power within us. And so it causes us to seek, external validation and bind ourselves to things that may not necessarily be in our best interest. And that is being rectified in this process right now as well. This is actually going to be going on through the rest of this lunar year through March of 2022, when we will have another really big day in which there's a grand reunification of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within all of us, where we really truly come back into our power collectively. And at that point in time, we will be more complete in this energetic shift that is going on, this vibrational shift that is happening right now as we move through the shift of the ages and head towards the true age of Aquarius frequencies and vibrations being mass emitted, resonated with. But this energy that we have today, Venus retrograde in the square to the Eris point, this is another part of it. And the Sabian symbol, 21 degrees of Capricorn, where this is happening today, is a relay race. So, this is kicking something off. And this energy liberates the heart from anything that is binding us to a state of untruth. Like I said, relationships, partnerships, financial agreements, also power and control dynamics, addictions, or toxic behavior patterns of any kind might get explosive today. Major inner reevaluations going on, like I said. And today, because of this energy being in effect, we just may not be willing to really deal with anything that we don't want anymore. Breakdowns in relationships are definitely possible with this. Like I was saying, with Jupiter in the conjunction to the moon, we should be feeling quite positive, optimistic, and hopeful today. The only real downside of this energy today is this Venus Eris point energy it's definitely a positive energy. Don't get me wrong. This is a very good energy in terms of, the cosmic perspective and our collective vibrational shift and our healing and everything associated with that. But for like our 3D human perspective, this one could be a little tough. It could definitely be creating some conflict, some explosive things that could be happening in those Venus dominated areas of life. But at the end of the day, definitely forward movement happening. Even if this stuff is happening, we have to remember part one, it's all happening to move us forward down this radically new path where we are free to align with our authentic truth and all of the blessings and abundant opportunities that come to us as a result of that. So definitely forward movement and getting something going or moving forward is a theme today. We have, like I said, the moon and Jupiter in square to the nodes. That is big, like forward moving energy, breaking us out of something, a stagnation, so that we can make some forward movement. But we also have the sun today at 16 degrees of Capricorn. And you guys will have to forgive me. I made an error in my report yesterday. I wrote down one of the Sabian symbols wrong. The Sabian symbol of 16 degrees of Capricorn is actually boys and girls in gym suits, not 15 degrees of Capricorn. I said that 16 was 15 yesterday by accident. That degree is the children's ward in a hospital filled with toys. So actually that degree fits even better to the message that was coming through yesterday than the one that I said. But today we have 16 degrees of Capricorn, boys and girls in gym suits. And this is talking to me also about definitely being ready to go, ready to take action. Like we're ready to get something started. We're ready to get something going. And again, it is like more of this collective energy that is pursuing this process. And then also, with this forward movement, it's funny because, we do have the square aspect with the moon and Jupiter moving forward, and then the sun at that degree, and then the relay race degree where Venus is today. So again, we're taking off. And I really think that this like forward movement now that this is referring to is in terms of the rest of the transformations that are going to be underway as we close out this astrological lunar year over the next few months, that need to happen. We still have some things that need to sort of fall into place, some experiences we need to gain so that we can go through the rest of this process that is required of us this year. But it could apply in a lot of ways. The relay race, like there's a lot of things that we could be starting right now, especially in this Capricorn cycle as well, about taking action that really wants us to put some work and effort into building our path forward to lots of forward moving energy in this Capricorn lunar cycle. And we are in a year of simplifying things in our lives in alignment with that more authentic truth and moving away from a lot of the things that we've been carrying this whole life in a lot of cases, but we just are realizing that we no longer need at this point in time. And that is also representative of this energy and the shift that we're going through right now as we are refining Venus retrograde, what we truly value, cutting away, breaking away from the things that are prohibiting us at this point from aligning with that, so that we can come back into the truth of our power and begin this truly creative pursuit in self-mastery with God and universe in the true Aquarian fashion as we, move towards this new paradigm. And things just shift generally in the way that humanity collectively operates. It's not the Pisces paradigm anymore. Things are changing, and our energy today is doing a lot to move us forward in that direction, liberating our heart and learning from the past, cultivating the knowledge of the past and applying it now in some type of way. Definitely a major theme coming in today. Now I want to talk about the tarot for a minute now that we have the astrology wrapped up for the day. Got some very on point tarot cards today from the message from Spirit, shuffling. God, Spirit, Universe, give me a message, give me some cards, please, to clarify the collective energy right now. Where are we at? What are we going through? How are we handling this energy? And I got 4 cards like spitting out of the deck, and they're all like so on point with the energetics that we have going on right now. The first card that came out was the Page of Wands. And this is like a creative inspiration to start something new, to a new creative pursuit. And then we got right after that the Ace of Pentacles. And this is like having the world in the palm of your hand, like an unlimited opportunity to build anything and create anything with it. And then we got the Knight of Wands, which is all about that forward movement based in passion, authentic personal creativity based in the heart energy. So, this is telling me, this really reminds me of the moon in the conjunction with Jupiter today, and also in square to the nodes, telling me that there is just an influx of creative energy and opportunity coming in right now for really something brand new, the Ace of Pentacles. And there is forward movement, rapid forward movement towards it. And we are inspired to go after and to pursue our passions and our dreams at this point in time. with this alignment going on today, at least. So I definitely see that as a good thing. And then, of course, we got the Three of Cups in reverse. So it's like, what was I thinking? What was I saying when I wrote my report? Like, everything looks really good today, except for we might have these relationship issues going on. And, this is the card of like a joyful reunion or like a party or like just like jovial, happy relationships. And upside down, it's definitely talking about like some type of disruption in relationship or breakup in relationship or just lack of like peace and happiness in a relationship or in a group or partnership of some kind based in feeling. I mean, it's the cups. So that's like exactly what the tarot cards are specifying today. Some type of creative inspiration that is trying to bring us like brand new, fresh opportunities that we are feeling motivated to pursue and follow based in the authentic truth and passion that is driving us. It just may be creating or we may be maneuvering some relationship upsets today. And then on the back of the deck, which I loved even more, we had the Eight of Swords in reverse. So it's happening because we're freeing our minds from the like patterning that has kept us in a more limited state and potentially attached to things that again are not serving us or serving our highest and our best or just keeping us in a state of like self-sabotage or our own limiting thoughts preventing our progress. And that's being reversed as well. And that is, freeing us to have this pursuit towards unlimited potential at this point in time. But again, it's just a little bit of shaky relationship situations. And honestly, though, if that is happening right now, if you're experiencing relationship breakups at this point in time in any capacity, it doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. It's definitely because that relationship is not in alignment with what is necessary in order to promote authentic growth and potential and activate your true destiny. We're all in a period of time right now where universe is really trying to activate each of us along the course of our greatest potential and the true reason why we were born into this life. And any person, place, or thing that is standing in the way of that, whether conscious or unconscious, is being removed at this point in time so that we are essentially stripped down to our truth. And that is what we have to work with going forward, because that is what will take us on this North Node path towards our actual purpose. And that's what we're doing. So now let's grab a synchronicity card, you guys. Let's get a little message from God today. We may need it as we are navigating these energetics, although we may be feeling it just like, oh, this card just jumped out as I was shuffling, so I'm going to take it. And it says, forget the past. Couldn't be more appropriate. Although, we were talking a lot today about things from the past coming back, like ancient wisdom and stuff coming back and being applicable now. But let's see what this card says. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 2:2. Give up your worldly beliefs and learn the truths of life. The glass bottom boat reveals undersea wonders. Feed your subconscious mind with life-giving patterns. Accept the positive aspects of God and let go of all the negativity. Forget the past, get on with the future. In this way, your spirit will gradually grow and you will reach your goal. Beautiful. Did I read the beginning? It says at the top, I can't remember if I read this or not. Do not be conformed to this world, but yeah, I did read that. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Yeah, so I mean, this is actually perfect. This is the process that is underway right now. Like, this is what we're doing with the moon in the alignment to Jupiter in the square to the north and the south node, breaking out of these past beliefs that have kept us in a state of stasis, keeping us from moving forward down this evolutionary path in alignment with God and God's plan for us. It's also what the bottom card on the deck was talking about. The Eight of Swords in reverse was talking about the exact same thing. And yeah, there are themes today for sure of discovering and, incorporating wisdom from the ancient past in, our lives and our decisions and our experiences. But that wisdom is based on these truths that we've learned now and the things that we've learned to let go and shift out of. And then, the true honest like wisdom that is coming back, how we apply it now in the context of everything that we've learned. So I feel like this again fits perfectly. These cards are amazing. They're by Janice Shellman. I absolutely love them. Forget the past is the message today. Couldn't be more on point with the nodes being activated by Jupiter and the moon. And thank you, God. You gave us another good one. You gave us what we needed. So that's what I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think they would be interested. Leave me comments. You guys, I absolutely love your comments. I appreciate your feedback. I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group if you are interested in anything like that. And come back with me tomorrow, you guys, because we've got another interesting day of astrology to talk about. And I'm going to be here to talk all about it. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.